Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Some women will reject a handsome man. Some women will reject it. Now, we know in general, women want a handsome man. But there's some women who will blatantly reject a handsome man. In fact, they will reject him because he is handsome. They actually prefer a man who might be what they might call ugly sexy, or at least someone who doesn't look better than them. Or even then, there's some nuances. Some women, even if they like say the woman's very attractive, and in general, women want to be the better looking person in a relationship. They will still go, in general, they will still go for a handsome man. He still got to be handsome. They just want to be a bit better. But you have some women who, even if he's handsome, they don't want him. They going for that guy that they will call ugly. I personally known of quite a few women who've done that. And let me address some before I get there. I gotta address a fallacy that I've heard of from some other content creators. They'll say all women want a man who looks better than them. No, they don't. As soon as I hear that, I realize the men haven't really dealt with a lot of women. The very nature of women is vanity. The very nature is to want attention. They want to be the better looking one in the couple. Now, the man don't have to be like some ogre or something. But if a woman is a 9, they would at least prefer a man who's a 7. He still needs to look good, but they still want to look better, because that's just a woman's nature. But getting back to the main thing about these women who purposely go for an ugly guy, it's not even so much about, just wanting to look better. Most of them can still find a handsome guy who may be a point under them. Okay, they can do that. But you get some women, they'll prefer the ugly one for a variety of reasons. One is that reason I just said, they prefer to be the better looking one. But then also, you got some women who feel like, hey, you get that ugly guy, he's going to be more interested in them. They're going to have more leverage. He's not going to have a bunch of women chasing him. And it could be for a variety of reasons. It could be a variety of reasons. I've touched on these before. And anybody who's followed my deeper stuff know I've touched on it. It could be with the personality. Like you get one woman, she might want an uglier guy, like a guy who's not handsome, because she feel like he won't abandon her. She feel like he's going to be there. She got serious abandonment issues, so she's not going to go for that guy who look like he can get another woman easily, And then you got some women, they want to exercise some control. They know they can't really control a handsome man, so they feel like, okay, I'm gonna get this guy, I'm gonna have some control. And then you get some women, they more on like the function. They more on the function. They ain't worried about like how he look, but more how he behaves. And you get some women, even for sex, they feel like that ugly man's gonna do more. They actually feel that. They feel like he ain't gonna have a problem trying to satisfy him. They feel like he gonna eat the pussy. They feel like, hey, he's gonna work harder. And and then you do get some women, despite contrary to popular belief, even though in general looks matter, you get some women just feel like the guy's got a better personality. He had to work harder, and that touches something in a woman's heart. And I'm gonna kind of get into that in the next one, because yes, looks matter to women, but every single thing matters to women. And they just looking at men differently. See, it's not automatic that, okay, if a man looks consistently handsome, that the woman's going to want that guy. Because it is each woman. It is each woman. Now, like I said, in general, and like I pointed out, that's a fallacy, thinking all women want a guy who looks better. In fact, I'll put it out like this. if you that guy, you looking at a couple and you consistently think the man looks better than the woman, you really need to question yourself, seriously. But if you have an honest look out here, as as objective as you can be, ultimately no one's objective. Most of the time when you see that fine woman, you're gonna be looking at her more. At least I hope you would. And I'm serious. I'm dead serious on that. Like, don't believe that shit. That, all women want some guy to look better. Now you get a few, but usually even that is to convince them. Like, you get some women really physically unattractive. And yes, she'll want somebody who looks better, but that's more to make her look good, to say she could get them. But you get a woman of some attractiveness. Oh no, she wants to be the better looking one. And like I said, depending on the circumstances, the personality of the woman, what she going through, whether she don't feel like playing around or she don't feel like competing with other women, she distinctly want a guy who's ugly. Like, I know this woman, and she popped out a lot of kids for this guy, like 8 kids for this guy. And she called him ugly. She called him ugly and stuff. And that term ugly sexy is a real term. That term ugly sexy is a real term. I'm gonna put a playlist in the description box that you had some women. There were some clips. Some women were talking about celebrities that they considered ugly sexy. Because sometimes I'm gonna tell you what too. Some women, they feel like it's more masculine for a man not to look too female. Like, you got some guys out here thinking women want some pretty boy. Usually when they young, oh yeah, they want that cute dude. But then they realize, oh wait, a man shouldn't be as concerned about his looks. He need to look rough. He need to look like he's just gonna get something done. They more concerned about his behavior and everything. And like I said, this ain't all women, And I say in general, women want a man, even when the woman is better looking. In general, they want a man who's handsome. Like I said, if the woman, say the woman is a 7, she still want a guy who's a 5 or a 6. She typically ain't gonna go down to a 2, typically, and stuff. And even then, the guy still gotta have something, like he fixing himself up or something like that. He can't just be totally jacked up. Well, I've seen some exceptions to that too. But that's the woman, and they're good with that. They are good with that. And a lot of times it really does come down to, ultimately comes down to the woman's own vanity. I talked about that in my book, Nice Guys and Players. Women are vain. They want to be the center of attention. They want to be the one everybody's looking at. And I've actually personally known several women. They'll say, oh yeah, I had that pretty boy or that real handsome guy. They say they got tired of competing for the mirror with them. So, they'll get that guy who's just most of them just get that guy who's presentable. But then you get some women, he needs to be ugly sexy for them or something. And that's just, look, like I said, it depends on the woman, but it's usually, it's usually a thing of they don't want to compete. They want to be the star, like the overall star. And that's just, and like I said, in general, they want to be the better looking one. Let me just be clear about that. But like I said, even if the guy is handsome, they want to feel like they still above him. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Now, I know some guys don't get that, but I'm going to tell you what. Here's a big problem. This is a little bit of a tangent. A lot of men have not personally interacted with women and stuff. A lot of men haven't personally interacted. And I talked about this in a car video last week. And that's still a major, major issue. That's a major issue. They haven't interacted with enough. So, anyway, that's all I have for today, y'all. And get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.